Have you ever wondered what it truly feels like to grow old and find yourself alone? The silence can start as peaceful, but slowly it becomes heavy, almost like a missing piece in your life. Have you noticed how that quiet can shift from calm to emptiness, leaving you searching for meaning in everyday moments? And have you asked yourself, is there a way to turn that loneliness into something purposeful, something alive again? This video will take you deep into that journey. We'll explore how to transform isolation into a season filled with meaning, purpose, and joy. Stay with us until the end, because I'll share simple yet powerful steps that can help you rediscover your spark and build a life that feels truly alive, starting today. If you find this video helpful, I'd be grateful for your support. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. Press 1 if you like it, 0 if you don't, so I know how to make it better for you. Now, let's get started. Let's begin with a foundation that seems simple, but can transform your daily life, creating structure in your day. When you live alone, the absence of demands might feel like freedom at first. No school runs, no office meetings, no one knocking on your door with a schedule. Only the plans you choose to set. This freedom can feel exhilarating, a chance to shape your time exactly as you wish. But without intention, that same freedom can turn into a trap. Days blur together, motivation fades, and suddenly, you struggle to remember the last time you cooked a nourishing meal, took a walk, or felt truly present in the moment. The key to avoiding this drift is creating a gentle rhythm for your days. A structure that isn't rigid or punishing, but one that gives your hours meaning and direction. It doesn't have to look like a corporate routine. It's about shaping a flow that feels personal and sustainable. Begin with small, deliberate habits. Set a consistent wake-up time, even if it's later than in your busier years. Make your bed each morning, a simple act that signals the day has started with intention. Create a morning ritual that grounds you. Perhaps enjoying a cup of tea while watching the sunrise, reading a few pages of a book, or taking a short stroll in the yard. These moments set the tone for what follows. Add modest goals for each part of your day. Water your plants in the morning, read an article in the afternoon, or prepare a favorite meal in the evening. These small anchors give structure and prevent time from slipping away in uncertainty. Over time, this rhythm builds purpose, and purpose is the quiet force that steadies you when life feels too still or lonely. Now, turn your attention to the space you inhabit. Your home is more than shelter. It reflects your inner world and has the power to nourish or deplete your spirit. Living alone, it's easy to overlook your surroundings, especially when visitors are rare or the space feels disconnected from your energy. Clutter gathers quietly. Unopened mail, forgotten trinkets, clothes you no longer wear, furniture collecting dust. Rooms once alive with hobbies or gatherings stand untouched, and slowly the vibrancy fades. This neglect isn't just about appearances. It's a subtle reminder of how much you are valuing or neglecting your own well-being. A cluttered, uninspiring space can weigh on your mood more than you realize, leaving you feeling stuck or disconnected. The answer is to reclaim your home as a sanctuary that lifts and supports you. This doesn't require a grand renovation or big expense, just small, intentional steps to breathe life back into your surroundings. Begin with one area, perhaps a single shelf, a bedside table, or a corner of your living room. Remove what no longer serves you. Wipe the surfaces clean and invite in as much natural light as possible. Add touches that spark joy, a colorful blanket, a potted plant, or a piece of art that makes you smile. Frame a photograph of a cherished memory, maybe a family trip, a moment with friends, or a place close to your heart. Play music that stirs your soul, whether it's classical, jazz, or songs from your youth. These changes don't need to happen all at once. Commit to one small act of care for your space each day. Over time, your home will transform into a place that feels warm, alive, and uniquely yours. When your surroundings radiate comfort and intention, they reflect your own resilience and vitality. And as we think about environments, let's turn to movement. Not only exercise in the traditional sense, but the simple, joyful act of engaging your body. When you live alone, it's easy to slip into stillness. You sit to watch the morning news, sit to eat, sit again to read or reflect. Hours pass before you realize how little you've moved. But the body was made for motion. It craves it not just for physical health, but for emotional and mental vitality. Movement is the spark. Movement generates energy, lifts your mood, and reminds you that you are still very much alive. You don't need marathons or a gym to feel the benefits. The goal is to move in ways that feel natural and meaningful to you. Begin with something small and gentle. Stretch in bed before rising, reaching your arms overhead and lengthening your spine. Take a short walk to the end of your street. Notice the trees, the sky, or the sound of birds. Play a favorite song and sway in your kitchen, letting the rhythm move you. If you feel ready, try a chair yoga video or a few minutes of light strength training, even using water bottles as weights. These moments of movement help you reconnect with your body, reminding you that it still belongs to you, capable of strength and grace. If you've been still for a long time, stiffness or hesitation may appear, but that's natural. Your muscles remember, and with each small step, you awaken them, letting that energy ripple through every part of your life. Now, let's look at something even more profound: the power of intentional connection. When you live alone, it's easy to feel unnoticed or forgotten. The phone may ring less often, invitations slow, and the world can seem too busy to care. Yet connection doesn't arrive by chance. It's something you cultivate, even when it feels vulnerable. The truth is, people are also longing for connection just as much as you are. But someone has to take the first step. Let that someone be you. Your voice, your presence, and your story still matter, and many would feel enriched by hearing from you. Reaching out doesn't need to be grand or complicated. Begin with a simple gesture. Call a friend you haven't spoken to in months, even if it's just to share a quick laugh or memory. Smile at the cashier in your local store and ask how their day is going. Mean it, and notice how even that small exchange feels. Join a group that matches your interests, maybe an online book club, a gardening meetup, or a community class. Write a short note to someone you care about, even just a line to say, "I was thinking of you." If you're still here watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know you're with me. Thank you for your time. These small acts of connection are like seeds. They may look small at first, but they can grow into meaningful relationships and brighten not only your day, but someone else's too. If reaching out feels intimidating, remind yourself, you're not too old to make new friends, and never too late to rekindle old ones. If you're wondering why no one has called, remember, they may not know how much you'd love to hear from them. Take the initiative, share your warmth, and watch how it opens doors to something beautiful. If connecting feels overwhelming, start with the smallest step. Offer a smile to a neighbor, send a text to a family member, or invite a friend for tea or a short walk. These simple gestures build bridges, and over time they weave a network of relationships that remind you, you are not alone. You are still part of this world, and your presence is a gift. But one of the deepest challenges of living alone is the feeling of being invisible, as though life is moving forward while you've been left behind. This sense of being unseen can be even more painful than an empty house. Yet here's the truth worth remembering. As long as you are here, breathing and living, your story is far from over. One of the most powerful ways to counter this feeling is through self-expression, giving voice to the thoughts, memories, and experiences that make you who you are. When no one else is around to listen, your own heart needs to hear those stories. Writing in a journal, even just a few sentences each day, can honor your life and reclaim your place in the world. Record your voice on your phone, telling a memory of triumph, a lesson learned, or a time you laughed until you cried. Speak your thoughts out loud, even if the room is empty, and let the sound of your voice remind you of its strength. Begin with one memory a day, written or spoken, not for approval, but for your own joy and healing. These acts of expression declare, "I am still here, and my life matters." And perhaps someday, someone may read your words or hear your stories and feel less alone because of what you shared. Your voice has the power to ripple outward, touching lives you may never meet. In all of this, structure, space, movement, connection, and expression, the common thread is intention. Living alone can become an opportunity to rediscover yourself, to build a life that feels rich and meaningful even in its quietest moments. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are still writing your story, and each day is a chance to make it vibrant, connected, and deeply your own. In the silence of solitude, have you noticed the tone of the voice you use when speaking to yourself? Each of us carries an inner dialogue, a companion shaping how we see the world and our place in it. Too often, when we are alone, that voice grows harsh and unforgiving. It whispers of regrets, of mistakes that linger, of people we've lost, or dreams that slipped away. It tells us we're not enough, not loved enough, not worthy enough. But within you lies the power to change that inner conversation, to shift it from judgment to compassion and encouragement. It begins with awareness. Notice when your mind spirals into criticism. Recognize the moment you think, "I'm useless, I've failed, no one cares." These thoughts are not truths. They are habits, patterns that can be unlearned. When you catch them, pause. Take a deep breath and challenge those words. Replace them with affirmations that honor your resilience. I am still here, and that is enough. I matter. Today, I will do one small thing to care for myself. These words may feel unfamiliar at first, even awkward, but they hold great power. Your mind listens to the stories you tell it, and over time, your heart responds. Small acts of self-kindness become a lifeline, a quiet strength that helps you rise even on days when the world feels heavy or empty. Self-kindness is not a fleeting sentiment. It is nourishment, a fuel that sustains you through life's challenges. It's the steady resolve to treat yourself with the same patience and compassion you would offer a close friend. It's the courage to forgive yourself for being human, for faltering, for not having all the answers. This practice builds resilience, giving you the clarity and confidence to face uncertainty. It reminds you that you are worthy of care, not because of what you've achieved or what you've been to others, but simply because you exist. Another profound way to bring light and meaning into your days, especially during solitude, is to find something, or someone, to care for. This nurturing can take many forms. Tend to a potted plant on your windowsill. Adopt a pet that greets you with unconditional love. Cultivate a small garden where you coax life from the soil. Offer a helping hand to a neighbor in need. When you pour care into something beyond yourself, you create purpose that resonates through the quiet moments of your day. The simple act of watering a plant and watching its leaves unfurl, hearing a dog's joyful bark as you step through the door, or seeing gratitude in a neighbor's eyes, these are sacred reminders of your connection to the world. Caring for others, whether living beings or meaningful projects, nurtures both responsibility and joy. It anchors you, giving your days both structure and meaning. These acts are reminders that life still flows through you, that your presence matters. When you feel needed, even in the smallest ways, you feel alive. And you are needed, even if no one speaks the words aloud. The world is full of quiet opportunities to make a difference. Your care, your attention, your effort can ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully realize. Now, let's turn to the transformative power of creativity, a force that breaks the cycle of worry and reconnects you with vitality. When alone, it's easy for the mind to get stuck in loops of anxiety, regret, or fear. Creativity offers a path forward, a way to channel those emotions into something tangible and healing. You don't need to be an artist to create. Paint a picture, even if it's messy. Knit a scarf, even if the stitches are uneven. Bake bread, write a poem, carve wood, or arrange flowers in a vase. The act of making something with your hands, your time, and your spirit is an act of defiance against despair. Creative expression is a kind of alchemy. It transforms grief, hope, longing, or joy into something real, something you can see and touch. The result doesn't need to be perfect, and no one else ever has to see it. What matters is that it's yours, a testament to your inner world. When you look at what you've created, whether it's a watercolor or a handwritten letter, you're reminded there is still beauty within you, still magic, still life waiting to be expressed. Creativity is a bridge back to yourself, helping you rediscover the parts of you buried under routine or loss. And then there's laughter, a simple yet often overlooked remedy for the weight of solitude. When we are alone, it's easy to believe there's little to laugh about, that joy only belongs to moments shared with others. But laughter doesn't require an audience. It's a gift you can give yourself, a spark that brightens even the darkest days. Watch a silly movie that makes you chuckle, read a comic strip that brings a smile, or call a friend whose stories always lift your spirits. Laughter doesn't erase pain, but it softens its edges. It creates light moments that, over time, weave joy into the fabric of your days. And yes, you deserve to laugh, even when you are alone in a quiet room. You deserve moments of levity, no matter how heavy your heart feels. You've carried losses, challenges, and responsibilities, and you've earned the right to let joy in. Laughter reminds us that happiness isn't a final destination, but a visitor that can appear in small, unexpected moments. Let it in. Let it stay with you. Let it remind you that this season of life, no matter how solitary, still holds space for delight. There is a profound truth in solitude. Being alone does not mean you've been abandoned or left behind. At times, it's an invitation to return to yourself, to reconnect with your values, your rhythms, and your inner voice. It's a chance to rediscover what truly matters. But solitude can also carry sadness, and it's vital to know how to comfort yourself when it arrives. Grief, in particular, often comes uninvited. It may show up in a song that recalls someone you've lost, a scent that stirs an old memory, or a photograph that brings back a chapter now closed. When these moments arrive, don't turn away. Allow yourself to feel the ache, to cry, to honor what was. You've earned the right to grieve, to miss the people, places, and times that shaped you. But when the tears begin to slow, take a small step to affirm that you are still here, still living. Light a candle in memory of someone you loved. Take a walk and let the rhythm of your steps bring you back to the present. Speak their name with love, not just sorrow, and let their memory be a source of warmth instead of pain. Grief is part of your story, but it is not the whole of it. Make space for joy to sit beside it. Invite peace to linger. Allow hope to slip in, even if only for a moment. One of the most powerful ways to nurture hope is through giving. Even in solitude, even when you feel you have little to offer, you hold countless gifts: your time, your compassion, your wisdom. Read to children at a local library, cook a meal for a struggling neighbor, or simply offer a listening ear to someone who feels unseen. These acts of generosity fill the cracks that loneliness leaves behind. They remind you of your value, of the unique role only you can play. The world still needs your kindness, your patience, your experience. Don't hide it. Don't convince yourself that you are too old, too tired, or too far removed to make a difference. Your presence is a gift, and many would be deeply grateful to receive it. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you are here with me. Thank you for your valuable time. And remember, don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. You've been strong for so long through trials, losses, and uncertainty. But true strength is not about standing alone. It's about recognizing when you need support and having the courage to seek it. If you're struggling emotionally, physically, or financially, reach out. Call your doctor, confide in a trusted friend, or let your community know you're hurting. There is no shame in needing others. It's part of being human. Asking for help is not weakness, it is wisdom. It allows you to heal, to rest, and to gather strength to begin again. And most importantly, never stop dreaming. Solitude may feel like an ending, but it is also a beginning, a chance to imagine new possibilities. You still have time, you still have choices, there are still experiences waiting for you. Maybe it's a small trip to a place you've always wanted to see, a class to learn a new skill like painting or playing an instrument, or joining a choir where your voice blends in harmony with others. Dreams are not only for the young, they belong to anyone still breathing, still growing, still alive. Close your eyes and picture something that sparks joy or curiosity within you. Then, take one step, just one, toward it. That single step is an act of faith in yourself, a reminder that you are still capable of surprise, of growth, of wonder. In the end, solitude is not a sentence, but a season that holds both challenges and gifts. It's a time to speak kindly to yourself, to care for others, to create, to laugh, to grieve, to give, and to dream. You are still here, still vibrant, still needed. Within you lies everything required to make this season not just bearable, but beautiful. Walking this journey with me so far carries profound meaning. It shows a deep commitment to your well-being, a refusal to surrender to life's challenges, and an enduring openness to growth, even in the quietest, most unassuming moments. That resilience is nothing short of extraordinary. Solitude is not always chosen. Sometimes it comes as a consequence of life's unpredictable tides. People drift away. Circumstances shift without warning. You may wake to a world that feels unfamiliar, so different from the one you once knew. Yet even in the midst of change, one truth remains constant. You still hold the power to decide how you will greet each new day. You can shape how you nurture yourself, how you process your thoughts, how you express love, and how you choose to live. Yes, even now, after all you've endured. As we come to a close, I want to leave you with a message both simple and deeply lasting. You are not merely passing time or drifting through existence. You are actively crafting your life, moment by moment, breath by breath, with every small but courageous step you take. Loneliness may knock at your door, but it does not have to settle in your heart. Your spirit still beats with purpose. Your hands remain capable of creating beauty, and your voice still carries meaning. Each morning you have the chance to ask yourself, what can I do today to feel truly alive? The answers are already there, woven into daily life. They may be found in the quiet joy of walking through a blooming garden, feeling the earth beneath your feet, or in a heartfelt conversation with a friend or loved one who truly sees you. In the slow ritual of sipping a warm cup of tea by an open window, in the fleeting joy of singing a favorite song, whispering a prayer, or letting laughter rise from within. These simple acts are the threads that weave a life of meaning and vitality. They remind you that you are not defined by solitude or by the challenges you have faced, but by the choices you make to keep moving forward. Your presence here is proof of your strength and your ability to find light even in the quietest corners of your journey. So keep choosing yourself. Keep seeking those sparks of aliveness, and know that with every step, you are shaping a life uniquely and beautifully yours. As we close this conversation, I hope you feel a little lighter, a little more inspired to embrace this season with purpose and joy. You are not just passing time, you are still creating a life, one small, courageous step at a time. So, what have you learned today? Perhaps the power of a morning ritual, the value of reaching out, or the healing gift of self-kindness. I'd love to hear from you. Please share in the comments one thing you've learned and how you plan to bring it into your life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Healthy Aging Blueprint, for more uplifting conversations. Here's to living your best life right now, just as you are. Wishing you health, happiness, and peace. And remember, we're walking this journey together.